Welcome to another episode of A DTV. Today we're going to be talking with Derek about how him and his team are helping entrepreneurs all around the country develop their own real estate investing businesses. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this one, so stick around. All right, so we're standing here in front of one of your latest flips, one of many. You know, you guys do a bazillion every single year, which is pretty impressive. So tell everyone a little bit more about like your story and how you got to this point, because you originally started in finance. So how did you even get into the space where you're now operating as a professional real estate investor?
Yeah, no thanks. Kind of a crazy story. So started in 2009 doing rental properties when the market was obviously, in the tubes from
good time
2008, 9, and 10. So good time to start. And then to your point, I was in finance for that. I was actually in sports marketing, and that's what brought us to Denver. But then started to get into flipping in 2015 because when I was working in finance, the markets would close at 2:30. And I was like, we got time to do stuff. So we started flipping houses, and I kind of just fell in love and knew this is exactly what I needed to do, and quit my corporate job and jumped in full time.
What is something that a new investor might want to know? Maybe something that you wish you knew when you were just kind of dipping your toe in the water.
Yeah, so what I would do, and I would tell investors, is it's going to be a heck of a lot harder than you think. It's going to take longer than you think, and it's probably not going to be quite as profitable, but it will be super rewarding. And so I wish I would have known that a little bit better. I always have I'm antsy and wish that things would be better faster, but it's just like giving it a little bit of time and looking maybe in a longer time horizon. That's probably good for any investor at any point in their career.
A big part of revitalizing a community or a home really comes down to the design. So can you tell us a little bit about your thought process when it comes to design, specifically in this house?
When we come into homes, we really want to bring in the love and really bring it up to speed to hopefully invite a new family in. We really wanted to ensure that the neighbors in this community were excited about this project and excited about inviting a new family in to their community. And so we really wanted to open everything up, bring in the light and airy feel. We wanted to bring in a lot of great finishes, tile with the flooring and wallpaper. So really finding those unique design aspects to bring into the home just to make it a really spectacular house.
Well, I think you did a great job of that.
Thank you.
How are you helping people, whether it's people in real estate or out of real estate, how are you helping them build wealth through real estate investing?
First thing that comes to mind is really being in the trenches with my team, whether it's the people that are directly on the elevation team, whether it's people within our kind of larger EXP Realty organization. We've actually got people in different states now that we work with. So it's really being in the trenches. And then it's really kind of fulfilling my personal why, which sounds simple, but it's doing what I want, when I want, with who I want.
Right.
I love what I do. I don't ever want to retire. I just want maybe a little bit more vacation time. But other than that, that's it. What I want, when I want, with who I want. And relationships like we have, that's what's most important to me. And real estate is just the driving force behind it. But I still love what I do. It's never like, oh, I got to solve this problem and then sit on a beach somewhere. I'm all in for the long haul.
So how do you provide a community here? How do you provide a culture that really supports the growth of the agents? Because really your whole focus is, how do I help agents build more wealth? How do I help more agents, do more investments and things like that, which is very different from the way I run my team. How do you structure that here so that you have a culture that promotes the growth of your agents?
So we really want to think of how can we teach our agents to, one, work with investors to be the most qualified, because they're going to do far more transactions than they would the traditional homeowner. And then either they come in and if they've already done it, or maybe they grow into it, that they become an investor themselves. And so one of the main tools that we do to accomplish this is put them through what's called the Elevation Academy. And so we started that program 5 years ago, and it's a quarterly education system where we put people through a really rigorous 9-hour training that teaches them every single thing about finding deals, making sure they're good investment opportunities, analyzing them properly, running the project, how to sell it well on the back end. So they go through the academy. They learn everything, and then they are able to use all the tools that we use in-house as investors. We also partner them with our preferred vendors. So they get access to hard money lenders and private lenders, the right mortgage brokers, the right title companies. So we've kind of solved all those variables for them so they can just do what they do best, which is either buy and sell real estate for their investor clients or do it for themselves as well.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of A DTV. I had a blast today talking with Derek Marlin, who's running an amazing team, Elevation team, who is doing more than just flipping houses. They are beautifying neighborhoods. They're building a great community and a great team here, showing people how to invest in real estate the right way. So super excited to do the next episode, talk with more great leaders who are doing great things for our community. So make sure you stick around.